What was I saying before? Ah, Starshards, yes. So, basically, in the original mystery, they improve your growth rates. I'm guessing this was changed because of how horribly game-breaking that could get with the right setups. Seriously, with enough Starshards, you could make even someone like Arab decent. But, anyway, what I'm doing here is making sure to kill this thief in one shot, because I really don't want to be taking a hit from that Devil Sword. Despite the fact that in one of my practice runs of this chapter, that thief attacked Yumina, or Ubello, I forget who it was, but someone he would have killed easily, and killed himself with the Devil Sword. I love it when enemies do that. I don't think I've ever had one of my own characters kill themselves with a devil weapon before, but I've certainly seen, I have seen Dice do it as an enemy in some of the DLC maps, which is really annoying given that he's recruitable. But anyway, now what I'm doing here is, I'm preparing for something. We've mopped up most of the enemies in this map, but see these suspiciously suspicious forts? Yeah. Well, Marth's all the way down there still. It's going to take Marth a while to get back, and by the time he does, he's also got to get up to that village near where the twins are. Yeah, sandcastles look pretty cool in this game. Anyway, it's going to take Marth a while. In the meantime, we can look at the boss. It's Gheb's cousin. Anyway, Silver Axe, that can be pretty nasty. Anyway, this guy talks all about how there are these bandits and pirates all over the place. If only the Lady Sword was still effective against him, then we could show those ruffians. But sadly, it has been nerfed. Oh well. Hey, droppable still low down there. Right, so Ogmar is now going to move down there, hopefully triggering a certain event. It's fine, he'll probably survive the influx of enemies. Probably, provided he doesn't get incredibly unlucky like he does sometimes. Don't want to equip that Devil Sword. No, Sirius is definitely not the kind of guy you want to see killing himself with a devil weapon. And not going to hit that save point just yet. I'm going to firstly form what I like to call my little fort here, around these forests near those forts there. And you can probably tell why I'm doing this, because, yeah, those forts look pretty suspicious, and it's because of this. Wow, he's even, bigger than, I would have thought. So, basically, yeah, there's gonna be reinforcements. It seems as though, the reinforcements don't actually trigger, well, this event doesn't actually trigger, until one of your units gets particularly close to the boss. That's 2 this chapter. 2 low % criticals, both of them totally unnecessary, both of them totally awesome. Ogma, you rock, you are awesome. And that was a really nice level up. Dodging like a pro, awesomeness, always awesomeness. Yeah, he's been pretty cool in this playthrough, actually. Oh, if he dodged that, he would have cemented himself as the ultimate badass of all time. Not like he already isn't. Yeah, now I'm not sure whether I should go back and hit that save point or whether I should just decided just to kill this guy. And yay, free bow, another bow for Ryan. And he can't hit that save point, can he? But I believe Katria sure can. Now, here's the bit where I'm gonna get Militia to go over this way because yeah, you can pretty much tell what's coming. Reinforcements are going to start spewing out of these forts in about 1 turn. And this is probably where that save point is going to come in handy. Time to hit that save point. Also note that fort next to the save point. Yep, reinforcements are going to come out of there too. So you better watch it. Path is probably going to get jumped by reinforcements on his way across the beach. And yeah, I pretty much had to move Militia all the way up there because those reinforcements can move through woods faster than I thought, and here they are! And of course, they'd all be magnetically attracted to Low Defense Linda, which is going to be her nickname from now on, until she starts getting really good. And yes, of course, Lord Marth, being the Lord and... 2 crits this chapter with low... This playthrough, is the playthrough of the low % criticals. Now, right, I actually had to restart here once, because once that guy attacked Militia, and he doubled her. That was not good. Now, you might notice here, whoa, boy, Silver Axe. Yep, that's nasty. All but the most powerful characters should stay away from that fort. Fortunately, you get a bit of a one-turn breather before the next wave of reinforcements comes. So make sure you prepare, because they can actually catch you quite unexpected, especially that Silver Axe guy. He can be pretty nasty. Right, now Martha's already on his way. While Martha's on his way to the next village, we'll be getting some experience off reinforcements. Now, funny thing you've probably noticed about Nosferatu at this point, in most of the other games in the series, the HP recovery doesn't actually happen until the animation shows the magical energy, whatever, going back into the caster. In this game, the moment the spell hits the enemy, the HP is instantly regenerated. It's the same effect, but still, it looks kind of weird, and it makes the, magic-y, returny, whatever part of the animation look a bit pointless. But, anyway, yes, at the end of this turn, I believe the next wave of reinforcements is coming. I better watch out, because if that Silver Axe guy gets his hands on Marth in this condition, it's not going to be pretty. I was hoping Julian would be able to get some of these reinforcement actions, but, yeah, it doesn't seem to be all that right for him. Now, I've got Katria down here, just in case the Silver Axe guy is, gonna, be able to reach, Yumina. Hello again! This time I dodged you, nice. Still not enough to 2-round KO, but I'm very close to leveling up anyway. Oh, and tome level up, which is probably not that useful given that she can already use the, it's not quite A rank, but pretty much the best tome in the game at base. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, despite the fact that you go to Marth, ow, still... Again, the low percent criticals playthrough. Why is that happening to me all the time? And those of you who played Super Smash Bros. Might actually notice that Marth's critical animation in this game and Shadow Dragon resembles his Final Smash pretty greatly, and incidentally enough, his Final Smash was actually called Critical Hit. Yeah. Time for some more leeching off reinforcements for experience. Yeah, my playstyle, I generally like to get as much experience out of each chapter as I can, and if that means abusing reinforcements, I'm going to do it. Here's one of those cases where I can use Thunder if I don't want to waste any of my other good tomes. Right, you're finally getting magic. And she's finally starting to get good level ups. This is a good sign. And as for you, well, yep, remember what I said before, 40% may as well be 100%. She is critting with every single one of those. Despite the fact that I at one point played one of the DLC episodes involving Athena, and she had a Woodale, and about a 36% chance of criticalling. She never got a single critical the whole chapter. And then I lost one of my allies to a fluke, like 2% crit from an enemy. That was a weird day. That was a very weird day. I still can't believe I got Blazer himself to actually laugh at that. I amused one of the creators of the translation patch. That was kind of an honor for me. Anyway. Right, is there going to be any more reinforcements? I get the feeling they might be gone. I think they're probably gone. Right, so now all that's left is to take down the boss then. Usually taking down the boss before reinforcements are finished stops the reinforcements, which is why I waited until now. Again, I like to get as much experience out of my maps as I can. And, yep, reinforcements are definitely stopped, I think. So it's time for Marth to visit this village and, oh! It's Castor! Yep, Castor is the, I believe, 5th character we're recruiting in this chapter. Yes, there are a lot of characters in this game, so expect recruitment counts in each chapter to be pretty high. So, basically, Castor, couldn't find, work until so he's here. Now, the game doesn't imply this. What happened to Castor since the last war? It was really, really awful. Castor has not had it good since then, and this conversation does not imply it in the slightest. So basically, I'll do my best to explain it now. During the last war, Castor's motivation, of course, was to get money for his mother, his sick mother. After the war, he came home to find that one of his mother's daughters, there are a lot of them, sold herself into slavery while he was away. He later found her in a back alley in Warren, beaten and dying. So, at that point, naturally, he was pretty depressed. He was then forced to become what is essentially a con man in order to get money for his sick mother. So basically, he became a con artist, and you can see his misadventures of that in one of the Arcadia Chronicles episodes you unlock after completing the prologue. One of those bonus chapters, and I haven't quite talked about that, have I? But, speaking of things I haven't talked about, let's move on from his depressing backstory to talk about Castor and gameplay. Castor, like Warren a couple of chapters earlier, is a hunter. But unlike him, Castor is a bit more well-rounded. Most notably, he's got a much better speed stat. And for a hunter, that's kind of the stat you want. Also, his base speed is pretty decent. It's about the level Ryan's speed is now, and he's like level 10. Castor being level 7, so it's pretty good. He also starts off with a decent bow rank and comes with a killer bow, so that's pretty nice. Now again, you might be thinking, you've already got quite a lot of archers by this point, so why use Castor? Well, Castor is a very different breed of archer to Ryan. For some reason, I actually don't think it makes as much sense. Hunters have less defense, but more speed and mobility than regular old archers. And the extra mobility could be very useful, given how utterly awful archers like Ryan's mobility is. Of course, hunters also lack in the defense area, as you can see by the growth there. So, unlike archers, they can't really survive on the front lines very well. Of course, hunters do gain a horse and the ability to use swords on promotion, which is definitely an advantage. Archers instead get a critical bonus, so I guess they're sorta even-ish. But anyway, I'm more of a fan of Ryan, so I've never really given Castor much of a chance in my playthroughs, to be honest. But from those growths and from what I've heard about him, it looks as though if you're more a fan of hunters or more a fan of mounted archers, he's probably your best bet. He's certainly more well-rounded than Warren is, and I'd probably recommend him over Warren just because of the speed alone, and speed is what you need out of a hunter, really. He'll be pretty consistently doubling and doing pretty good damage, so really I actually can't fault you with this guy. I'm just personally not much of a fan of him. But if you are, certainly use him by all means. If you want a mounted archer, he's probably the best. You might remember back in Shadow Dragon as Horseman, you got the ridiculously broken Wolf and Sedgar. Well, they're still in this game, but their presence is much, much less, and let's just say they're nowhere near as game-breaking. Meaning that Castor finally gets to regain the spotlight as probably the best hunter/horseman to use. So, yeah, that's basically him in a nutshell. Now that's out of the way, time to talk about the boss. Yeah, with that silver axe, Guile, the big fat Gheb's cousin fatty guy, he hits pretty hard, so you gotta watch out for that. He also has a hand axe, so at range combat, he'll be considerably weaker, so you might want to force him to use that. But it looks like he's gonna be going down pretty soon. But Martha's gonna have to get to the castle first, so Ogma can afford to take a bit of time. Right, I'll take him down right here, there we go. And nor will my cousin Gheb. He will have his revenge on you. Wahahaha. Anyway, I still think the resemblance is kind of uncanny. Still, wow, that was a nice level up by Ogma. I am certainly using him. Wow. Yep, he's definitely impressing me with those growths. I actually was not this lucky with him in my first playthrough, I will admit. I sure hope that I get lucky with this other guy. And whoa, who's this? Pegasus Knight incoming! And we get a CG scene on the bottom there, kind of reminiscent of the way we got a scene of Sheeta and her Pegasus flying over at the start of Shadow Dragon, but she brings dire news. Altea has been attacked. The Arcadian League. Hey, we started the damn Arcadian League. Why are they against us now? So, wow, never expected Marisu to be comparative potty mouth there. Anyway, turns out that Hardin heard Lang's story and has branded traitors. Really? Again, Mark refuses to believe it. Hardin was his BFF. He wouldn't attack them. But, yeah, we do learn that as awesome as it was in the previous chapter, pissing off Lang probably wasn't such a good idea. And, yep, this is the result. Lang wasn't kidding when he said he could easily crush a country like ours. And, yes, Jagan is giving some details here. So, he's claiming Hardin had this prepared right from the start, but it does make sense. It certainly seems like, yeah, that by instigating the rebellion in Bruce, by putting Lang there, and then by, presumably by tempting Rook into rebelling against Macedon, creating those rebellions, thus forcing Marth's elite knights out of the castle, and thus letting him swoop in and take Marth's castle while it's undefended. I'll give that to him. That's pretty smart. But, and yeah, we were sure we're fooled by that. That's pretty annoying. Now, this whole dialogue has been greatly expanded compared to the original mystery. In the original mystery, from what I remember, it was basically just like, oh no, Hardin has attacked us, we pissed off Lang and he made good on his threats, Altea's been attacked, oh by the way, Sheeta's also here. That's basically what it was. Now, yeah, this conversation, basically, yeah. It'll grow back eventually. By eventually, we mean right next chapter. So, we are going to take off our bald hair. So, yep, let's go back. Certainly, yeah, Mary Sue, even a Mary Sue can't really pull off that. Let's get her long, flowy, sparkly, perfect in every way hair back next chapter. See you then!